Hey, hey, I am going to get some messages from our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors and look at what the most important message is that we need to hear right now. And we just had one fly out, and says self love. I feel, yes, the collective has been through so much. Okay. Self love can be going to the doctor, getting, your exams done. For others of you, it's about getting your hair done or your nails. It could be about a facial. It could be, or just self love can just be by saying no, no, thank you, or not right now. Um, or saying, I'm busy, and it doesn't really matter what you're busy doing. You're just busy and you can't, and being okay with that. So it is the number 24 that breaks down into a six. Six is the number of Virgo, okay, which rules our health as well. So taking better care of ourselves. We do have the South Node moving into Virgo and the North Node, well, it already has North Node in Pisces. So this is a lot of health issues as well that people are experiencing, being diagnosed with certain things. You could have some type of inflammation in the body with Mars now retrograde. Pluto is viruses, and it's like, but you're going to have to look at it from a different perspective. Like it's all spiritual, um so you're going to have to take care of yourself because Virgo rules your health is your wealth, and Pisces is very spiritual, as above so below. um Virgo is the medical industry, but the South Node is there, so it's like maybe it's not the best thing to go towards that industry because they are kind of getting ripped apart right now. And doing things and recognizing the spiritual meaning of whatever you are being diagnosed with. Okay. Hopefully that's making sense to you. Oh, that's funny. At the bottom of the deck, it says beauty. I don't know if you can see that. It's number 17. Well, it's not, uh, there we go. Beauty. That's funny. So yeah, maybe for some of you, this is about diet and exercise. Okay. Maybe you haven't been feeling, when you don't feel good, you don't feel beautiful about yourself. We also have procrastination. And, sometimes we procrastinate on taking care of ourselves. We take ourselves for granted because we're trying to look so good on the outside that we forget about the inside. Okay. It doesn't matter how much yoga or Pilates or Botox or, injections that you get. If you're feeling ugly on the inside, that's where it all stems from. Okay. It always is an internal to an external. Acne, internal to external. You think about where your pimples are. Have you ever heard of Chinese face mapping? If not, look it up. It could have to do with your liver inside your ear or hormones, right? Or it could have to do with heart, So there's a reason for everything. Lungs is your cheeks. So this could be your lungs, respiratory. I know I have some issues with mine, you know. But this is about procrastinating on taking care of yourself because you're too busy trying to make your outward appearance look better than your internal. Maybe there's some things that you need to let go of. Maybe there's things that, because I see her kind of, giving it up to God, universe, spirit. Like I said, that Pisces energy, as above, Virgo, so below. Okay. So we have the number 17. Actually, that's funny because 17 adds up into an eight, and then we have the number eight here. So two eights talks about material manifestation. So, like I said, I do feel like what goes around comes around. If you don't take time for your wellness, you're going to have to take time for your illness. Is that how the saying goes? The fact that she's holding this lantern here, that reminds me of Virgo energy because Virgo is the hermit, and the hermit always has this lantern. And it's like, I'm almost getting like, not all that glitters is gold. And maybe that's just a person's personality. You know, it's really funny because sometimes the prettiest of women are the most insecure, is what I'm getting. Like, we're all insecure about something. But eight is about strength and courage. And I almost get too, like for some of you, this is about procrastinating because something looks good on paper instead of like loving yourself. And that's what you're being asked to do is love yourself. For some of you, you won't walk away from a relationship, whether it's job or whatever, because you're afraid that you won't find anything else or anyone else. That's also what I'm getting. You need to stop procrastinating. How teachable are you? And then it says selling out. Yeah, some of you, you've sold out. Oh, as long as I'm pretty, then I don't have to fix on anything on the inside. I don't have to sacrifice anything, but that's a sellout. You're selling yourself short. Where's your value systems? That's what Uranus and Taurus is all about, is our value systems. What do you value more? I see all these people getting, plastic surgery. And of course, it's because we have Chiron in Aries, and now we also have Venus in Aries. So everybody's trying to fix something on their body, right? Or on their face. Like, oh, I don't like my nose, or oh, I need my eyelids done, or oh, whatever. But it's what's in here, because I also see her with her hand up against her heart. It's what's in here. Let's keep going. I want to let's get some of these cards actually. Energy Oracle. What else do we have here, Spirit? What messages do we have? Angel of Strength. I said that. And normally the strength card in the original Rider-Waite Tarot is the number 8. This one's 50, which breaks down to a 5, which is about changes. Having the strength to make the changes necessary, whether that's through diet or exercise or letting go of things that no longer serve you, loving yourself enough to realize, like, it's funny, once you start going down that rabbit hole of, surgeries and, trying to make yourself look better, you actually become uglier. And you will never stop trying to fix something, because you'll always find you're now hyper aware of thinking that there's something wrong with you every step of the way. And it's telling you, like, show appreciation for the beauty that's from within. It's funny because, like, half of her garden is beautiful and the other half is dead. Like, there's no blooms, right? But she's thankful for the bloom that she received, which is her. Like, listen, what did they do back in the 1700s? You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, right? Why do we have all these Maybelline commercials and CoverGirl? Oh, if you don't like it, or, here's Botox, or here's this, or here's that. Like, there's so many fixes, and we're telling people not to love who they are, to constantly criticize and critique. That's Virgo. Virgo energy is constant criticization, but we have the South Node there, which says we can't continue doing that. We're going towards Pisces now, which is really letting go of all of that superficial, energy, that vanity. We don't need all the vanity. You're beautiful just the way that you are. What else do we have? Angel of Strength. So we also have the yin and the yang, balancing the masculine and the feminine. And this is about self-love. It's clarifying the self-love card. What else do we have at the bottom of the deck? This is a karmic contract. This is also for some of you, like, loving yourself enough, being strong enough, no longer procrastinating on letting someone go. If you can't see the beauty in the relationship and somebody else can't see the beauty in it with you, self-love is by pulling yourself out. You end the karmic contract. It's all about balance. And we have the card of balance, the yin and the yang. You've got to balance both, because I love myself too much to satisfy for what's not bringing beauty into my life. What do we have? Oh my God, look at that. We've got the temple path. So this is leading you towards a new path. But some of you, you're holding back. That's funny, because the number 12 came out yesterday, and yesterday's reading, there it is, number 12. In fact, they're still up on the dice right now. And then I kept seeing 12 yesterday. So I don't know if you guys are seeing 12s or 8s, but there's the number 12 from yesterday's reading. See if we get any repeaters. We got 41 or 14. Okay. So you could be 41, could be you've been married for 41 years or at a job that long. If you have been, maybe it's time to start thinking about retirement. But 12 is funny because it sits underneath the procrastination. And number 12 in the original Rider-Waite Tarot is the Hanged Man card. So again, we've got two cards of non-movement. And I feel like for a lot of you, it has to do with courage. Yeah, you're going to have to go on a journey. And we talked about that towards what? The temple path. You're procrastinating. It's almost like you're procrastinating going into the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is right there. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. It shouldn't be scary. It's right there. It's almost like you're paddling your little boat upstream. And because you're afraid of what's downstream, so you're working at cross purposes with the universe because you're afraid of what is unknown. But it's like once your arms get tired and you have no choice but to put down that paddle, it now turns your boat around and floats you downhill. And you end up going into a really beautiful meadow, right? It's a beautiful space. Let's read that temple path. Let's read that. Number 12. So it says spiritual purpose and support. Receiving this card represents your own spiritual evolution. The winding path you are on leads to a blessing temple in a lovely garden, symbolizing the spiritual destiny your soul has had in mind for this lifetime. This card is here to tell you that what you're going through now is all part of your soul's process. You are on your karmic path and heading in the right direction. And the choices you make now are important for your personal growth and life lessons. The lights around the temple represent the spirit world, your family members and friends, angels and guides, all the loving spirit helpers who long to assist you. Call upon them and be open to their wisdom and inspiration. This is a wonderful life expanding time, so keep in mind your personal priorities as well as your spiritual connection. Following your higher intentions will help you move your life forward in dramatic ways and connecting with spirit and your higher self. You will have a wonderful influence on all that you experience. So, again, it goes back to, being afraid to go on the journey even though, and you're procrastinating, it's like you're digging your heels in. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But what you don't realize, it's going to take you towards a path of abundance. For some of you, you've been procrastinating about moving. Maybe you're moving to a new place. All right. What else do we have? Motivation. All right. Wow. Too many cards. Yeah. No. Too many cards. All right, Spirit. One card. Boom. Oh, no, still gave me 3. All right, it keeps giving me 3. We do not need to wait for perfect conditions. We will find perfection in progress. I can't even make this up if I wanted to. Everybody here procrastinating, waiting for the perfect condition. It's like Spirit's been giving you sign after sign after sign. And yet you're like, not that sign, a signier sign. Like, what the fuck, guys? Quit procrastinating. The universe isn't going to take away something that's meant for you. It knows if it's supposed to be there for you or not. We must reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. We must, sorry, the light is shining on that, but we must reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. The only way to do that is through self-love. I love myself too much. Like, we didn't come here to feel bad about ourselves. So if you're at a job or in a relationship or in a family dynamic or whatever, reclaim your power. Stop procrastinating, waiting for other people to do the right thing. You do the right thing based off of what you need for you. 41 also adds up into a 5. We do have 5 plus 0 is 5. This is about change created by outside forces beyond your control. And there's really nothing you can do about it except for be willing to go on the journey. Love is always the final and most complete cure to our inner demons. What did I say? Love. And what do we have here? Self-love. Self-love. Again, I love myself too much to continue putting my body through this, continue putting my mental health through this, to continue putting myself on the back burner, to continue to not be valued where I work or where I live or with my partner. I love myself too much. I am beautiful. Say that to yourself. I am beautiful. And you know what? I'm willing to let go and walk away and cut out anything that doesn't make me feel good. And I'm not going to dig my heels in anymore. You got to have the balls to stand up for yourself. You got to have the balls. Angel of courage. You have the angel of courage standing behind or in front of you, protecting you. And it's funny because we have this lion here and we're in the full moon in Leo. And this is about doing everything out of love. Listen, when I left my husband, I left him out of love, not out of hate. Every time I wanted to leave and I was angry and I was pissed and we'd gotten in a knockdown, drag out fight, or he cheated on me or he beat the crap out of me, I couldn't leave because the guilt set in. And then one day I was like, oh my God, it was overwhelming and it was shared. And he was like, I really want to try. And I was like, absolutely not. I love you and I love you enough to no longer do this, because if we know how to push each other's buttons and we're both settling for this, we're teaching our kids to do this and to settle for this, and they're looking up to us. And that's when I got that angel of courage to realize that I was too beautiful and I had to love myself enough. And I kept saying there's got to be more to this love thing that I've been giving it credit for. So no more procrastinating. Have I gotten to that temple path? No, but I've been on the path. I've been on the path and I wasn't willing to settle for anything. Not a fucking job if I don't get along with you. Not a fucking living situation if you're an asshole. I don't have to put up with anything. You get to a dangerous level of unfuckwithable when you are no longer procrastinating on, I love myself too much and the universe didn't send me here to feel bad about myself or to allow anybody else to make me feel that way either. So be mindful. If you start noticing that you start having health issues, you might want to look into those. And it's not something a doctor is going to be able to cure. Anything that ails us at this point, it's a spiritual manifestation that creates a physical manifestation. Look up Louise Hayes. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave that here. Wow, what a powerful message. My suggestion is surrender and quit selling out. Like, is this who you are? Or is this who you are? I would choose wisely, because once you've hit rock bottom, the only other way to go is up. Love you guys all so much. Check me out over on Facebook and Instagram under Peace Unhinged and the Footsteps to Peace. Anyway, give it a thumbs up if this resonates with you guys. I love you all so very much, and we'll chat again soon. Take care.